Kani kadai ka Batisi TV, bat pidang pet ya ka kubor baman kasni, belawan rasha pi da ka rupa, ringkat bat ka orange Nissan, lom sopo near Fire Brigade Shillong.
New Nissan Kicks. Bookings open now.
Kalumpung bakerpang jong ka yeng Dorbar Thawaiñ ke Jylla Meghalaya kapalalong ha ka sngipalay jong ka tayo ka khat khandai tarik unopra arjar khat khandai kanlong Kawei na ki Dorbar ka ban sa nam sa kanmau namar bahagani ka sngi kani ka Dorbar kalarai da Kawei ka surhi ban Pyntreikam no ya ka inner line permit hapo Jylla Meghalaya. Baro lut ginong mikmat syakani ka yeng Dorbar Thawaiñ kuntup ya ki menteri sorkar jong ka Meghalaya Democratic Alliance Kipalayo lat ban say ya lagi jong ki nia ki jutang halor ke jingdon kam baru ban kedau ya ki jingduna jong kane ka inner line permit kentup ya gitu ki ban nakaliang persya kila penpau ba ka Jylla ka don kam hi ban Pyntreikam no ya ka ILP hapo Jylla kumbala Pyntreikam ya ka Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation khat praspa nyupulai dakibor sencar pareng tangba ban Pyntreikam ha baro Kawei ka Jylla solansar. Kani kalong ban yadana kejingkala ritpa yaki riulum trai muluk bat ban penne pensa ya ke dustur gariti. Sa Kawei ka pang ka babaro kia krensani kalong halor ka Citizenship Amendment Act arajar khat khandai ka isu ka bala penduk tiap penduk dem jan ya baro namar ki jingyaki persya ya ka. Kumta kani ka Dorbar kala dawa ya ke sorkar pedeng bakan weng no ya ke CAA arjar khat khandai lani ban pelat ya ke Jylla Meghalaya nakani ka act bat ha ka joko por ban kuntup lang ya ki jaka ki balait na ka 6 schedule. Kat kum ka jingya thu jong menteri rangba ka Jylla Konrad ki sangma laong ba ka 6 schedule ka Pyntreikam hapo ka khandai punyo na shispa tam ki jaka jong ka Jylla kat ba tang lai na ka shispa duna ki jaka ki light na ka 6 schedule. Kumta kani ka Dorbar kalarai ru bandawa na ka sorkar pedeng ba barok Kawei ka Jylla kan hapo ka 6 schedule.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I first of all would like to thank all the members of the August House who participated in this very important resolution that is being brought in by the government today, which is to urge the government of India to implement the inner line and include the word Meghalaya in the Bengal Eastern Frontier Act 1873. Sir, this point in time, there were a large number of members who participated. If I go through all the names, almost all will be there. So I will not, with the permission of the chair, I would not want to go through all the names that are there, but I do have all the names, and I have taken notes of almost all the points that have been mentioned by each and every one. Sir, of course, I would try my best to try and address all the issues that have been mentioned by all the members, but as you're aware, it may not be possible for me to address all the issues, but I will definitely touch on the most important ones. Sir, there was a lot of talk about the Meghalaya Residency and MSRSSA Act, and a lot of talk had been there also regarding ensuring that it was implemented at the earliest. So let me inform the House that the Residency Act, that the Meghalaya Residency Safety and Security Act came into force in 2016, and consequently the rules were made in 2017. Sir, it was only in the month of September 2018 that the government, which is the current government now, had taken the step to ensure that the different task forces in the different districts were set up. So therefore, a lot of the members had mentioned that the government has not taken any step and has not moved to implement the MRSSA, but sir, on the contrary, it is this government that finally, after 2 years of this act coming into being, it is only after 2 years, on the 10th of September 2018, did the different task forces come in, which is the work of this government, sir. Number two, after putting up the task forces, sir, there were a lot of exercises that were done by us in order to ensure that the different entry-exit points came in. Yes, sir, in the past, exercises were done to identify the locations where the entry-exit points would be. But there was no concrete step taken to actually zero down on the land required for these areas. Sir, I am happy to inform you that it is this government that has ensured that in most of the sensitive and the most, I should say, traffic areas which are most accessible and are being accessed by most of the people, for example, the entry at Riboy and the different entry points at Umkiang side. These are major entry-exit points, entry points in Bajing Doba, entry points towards West Khasi Hills. So, seeing the kind of traffic and the movement taking place, it is this government that initiated and started to acquire land or use existing land of the government to ensure that the work on entry-exit started, sir. So therefore, it would be incorrect for any member to say that nothing has been done after this act came into being. Sir, let me assure you that this government is very much committed to this issue. Not only did the entry-exit points at different important locations come up and have been worked on, but also the entry-exit point in the Mendi Pathar railway station, which is another very important demand and another very important issue that was brought out, was addressed by this government. Almost 50% of the work as we speak is completed in Mendi Pathar railway station, and these are the kind of initiatives that are being taken by this government, contrary to what has been projected in this house by certain members. So certain members, I saw the overall tone and the overall mood of all the members, and I should say that it was very encouraging to see that almost 90%, 95% of the members really were very happy to really see this kind of a program, this kind of a, implementation of an ILP is being finally proposed in our state to the central government. But it is kind of sad to see that some members express concern over whether the ILP will be effective or not. Sir, this is, I think at this point in time, a direct insult to those people who have been demanding for the ILP. There were also a lot of members who had mentioned in their speech regarding the fact that when the government of Meghalaya, the government of India, had removed the word Khasi Hills and Jenti Hills, why was it that the Meghalaya government kept quiet? Why was it that Meghalaya government was never brought into the loop? Sir, I think that question would never have been here in front of us, and we never would have been sitting here if in the past the previous governments had taken steps to implement the ILP and notify it at the correct time. So I think it is very wrong for those individuals who were part of the government at that point, sitting where we are sitting right now, who had the opportunity to notify it at that point in time. The question to be asked is, why didn't they notify it? When so many people were hurt, so much property was destroyed, so many people were crying and shouting that we want ILP. And today those same people are now doing a U-turn and saying, yes, we also want ILP now. Sir, I think it is very wrong on part of those individuals to not realize that when they had the chance and the power to do it, why didn't they do it? And now to point fingers at us, I think is wrong, sir. And I'm not here to really take out or blame any particular individual for saying that it was their fault or our fault. The question here now is really where we stand. And the question is, how do we move forward, sir? And that is the reason why we have strongly felt that ILP is a rule that we must bring in for these to safeguard the interest of our people, contrary to some of the members who mentioned that this will not serve the purpose. I think, sir, once again, it's a direct insult to the sentiments of the people of the state right now, sir. So at the same time, a lot of the people here mentioned that what about the 100 square kilometers of the non-scheduled area? Why isn't that being included? Why did the Honorable Chief Minister at one point say that he would be leaving the NDA if the CAB was passed in that form, and now he's changing. Sir, I think the honorable member answered the question himself only. Before, when we started this entire fight with the government, the entire 23,000 kilometers was not exempted. Entire 23,000 square kilometers of Meghalaya was not exempted. Today, the 22,900 is being exempted. The 100 square kilometer which you're mentioning is not exempted, but we are fighting for it, sir. We are fighting for it. And we will ensure that this also is exempted. So therefore, it is incorrect once again, sir, for honorable members to say that it will not be done. One of the members mentioned that how come this 3%, which exactly is not 3%, is much lesser, said that this 3%, more and more people will come in. Sir, again, I'll quote another member who said, most of the people don't know what CAA is. So with due respect to everybody, I think there is a bit of confusion also in this area. And the reason I mention that is, sir, here, the issue that we are mentioning is about citizenship that is coming in. And the honorable member mentioned about settlement. So these are two very different issues. And I think our members are confusing it every time they mention these points. Now, so when we say that 97% of the area of the state is exempted from CAA, which means that if there is a Bangladeshi citizen who was here or staying here before 2014, now applies for a citizenship for Meghalaya, will not be eligible in the state of Meghalaya. That is what it means, sir. The question of settlement in any part of the state doesn't arise. No matter where the person gets citizenship, it is the duty of the government to ensure that we protect and ensure that these kind of settlements don't take place. And that is the precise reason why this particular ILP resolution is being brought in by the government, sir. So therefore, I think the members who have mentioned these points are really not being able to see the clear picture of what is really happening. So today, a lot of members mentioned about the Honorable Member of Parliament from Garo Hills, saying that she has gone and given a statement supporting the implementation of CAA, the resolution. Sir, have you read and have you heard the entire speech? What did the Honorable Member say in her speech? She said, I thank the Home Ministry and Government of India for having heard the voice of the people and exempted 97th or majority of the state by putting the 6th schedule. But we want more. We want 100% exemption, and not only Meghalaya. We want the entire Northeast to be exempted. Isn't that speaking for the people, sir? And as I said, in the beginning, 23,000 square kilometers was not exempted from the CAA. It is because of the voice of the people of Northeast, the different leaders of the Northeast, the Member of Parliament from Garo Hills, speaking out, meeting the officials, meeting the ministers, meeting the political leaders, that today Arunachal Pradesh ILP has been exempted. Manipur, which did not have an ILP has been brought in, has been exempted. Mizoram ILP has been exempted. Meghalaya 6th schedule exempted, but we want more. Isn't this an improvement? And isn't this the work of the leaders who have ensured that these kind of provisions are there to exempt us, sir? I think we should be here thanking those leaders, including the Member of Parliament from Garo Hills, for having fought for the rights of the people and ensured that out of the 23,000 square kilometers, 22,900 square kilometers is safe now. It is because of the hard work put in by our members, sir. So at the same time, I think there have been a lot of points that have been mentioned by honorable members regarding the fact that more and more people will come coming in. So some of the honorable members mentioned about climate change, and I must appreciate the kind of hard work and homework that the honorable member has put in. And what he's mentioned may absolutely be true. It is a challenge that the world, not only Meghalaya, but the world as a whole will face, sir. But again, having said that, that is an issue that is of a different concern, though it is the same issue, but right now, we are talking about bringing in the inner line permit. Though we need to think about it, we need to ensure that provisions are made right now for it, but right now, we as a government are focusing on the inner line permit to ensure that our people are protected. Having said that, sir, today a lot of talk has been there asking for the CAA to be repealed. Sir, again, as I said, the resolution today is very, very specific. The resolution today is talking about the inner line permit to be brought into the state of Meghalaya. We as a government and as an August House, we must stick to this resolution, number one. Number two, sir, what has been said by almost all the members, that we as members of this August House, as citizens of the state, we want Meghalaya to be exempted. And that is really what we're working towards. Today, as I said, we started with 0, but we achieved 97%. We have another 3% to go, so we will not keep quiet. That I can assure you. We will continue fighting and we'll continue talking with Government of India. We'll continue meeting the Prime Minister and Home Minister to ensure that we get the necessary protection for our people, and that is a commitment that we have for the people and for the state as a whole, sir. So there are many more issues that were brought out. I think it might not be possible for me to cover all of them. Some of the members had also mentioned about the fact that so many chief ministers have been shouting and saying that we will not implement CAA in our state. And the question was asked, why the Chief Minister of Meghalaya did not speak out? So the reason is because Meghalaya Chief Minister spoke before. And because of the fact that we spoke before, 97% was exempted, and we are still speaking to ensure that 100% is exempted. Another thing, sir, a lot of members should understand that while we implement the the CAA, while the Government of India tries to implement CAA, the state government has a very, very important role to play. The deputy commissioners have a very important role to play. None of the applications can move forward without ensuring that the deputy commissioner gives his or her consent. So therefore, the state government plays a very, very important role even in that aspect, sir. So therefore, it is very, very important for us to understand the difference between the exemption word, between the settlement word, and between the protection word that we're talking about, and realizing that even though the 97%, 100% that we're working towards is something that we hope to achieve, even then, it is up to the state government and the deputy commissioners to process any application that comes in. The state government has a very, very strong role to play in that aspect also. And last, sir, just to mention about one or two points that were mentioned by some of the members regarding the applications that came in. Now, sir, let me also clarify. I am not saying that these are the only people who are settled or not settled, sir. The issue right now is that how many applications have come to us of people who want citizenship of India, through our state of Meghalaya, who are in Meghalaya, who want to come in. So the reply to that, as I said, is less than 5. We have tried to collect as much, but right now we only have 2 applications that are existing right now. And that is my answer to it. What is beyond that, regarding the question asked by the Bangladesh government, that answer and reply is not there with us right now. I'm just telling you that as of now, only 2 cases of such application have been given to us. But right now, both those applications are invalid because they have tried to apply in the state of Meghalaya, and in this area we are exempted. Therefore, there is no question of these people applying. One of the members mentioned about certain Hajong community in the state of Arunachal. The issue here again is that though the state of Arunachal, but since the state of Arunachal has been exempted, those people, when they apply in Arunachal, they have to show proof of residency for 5 years. Now, even if they were able to show the proof of residency for 5 years, they will not be able to get residency or citizenship because Arunachal Pradesh is exempted from the Citizen Amendment Act. Therefore, sir, I think there are a lot of areas of concern. As a government, we will ensure that these misconceptions are dispelled. We will ensure that we do a proper mechanism in which we will go to different parts of the state, and the deputy commissioners will inform people about the facts of the Citizen Amendment Act. And at the same time, we will also ensure that all the other provisions, whether it's the MRSSA or the movement towards ensuring that we get the ILP, the movement will continue, sir. As a lot of the members have mentioned today, this is the beginning. We have taken a resolution. This resolution should have been taken a long time back, sir. And maybe if the resolution had not been taken earlier also, maybe the conditions were quite clear for us to have implemented ILP without this resolution being moved also, sir. But we missed that chance. I'm not here to blame anybody, but now that we are in this position, now we need to move forward. Another thing I want to clarify to everybody, sir, is that this ILP resolution we are passing is not something that will go to Parliament. It is a simple notification that has to be made by the President of India. It does not require Parliament, sir. And in that notification, the President simply has to insert the word Meghalaya in the preamble. And that is what our demand is. And I hope, sir, today, as we speak in one voice, and as we go together, not just the 60 legislatures, sir, but 33 lakh people of Meghalaya state in one voice, when we go to Delhi and say we want the ILP to be implemented, I am sure that we will get a positive response, and we will continue to work with the government of India and with the people of the state to make this happen, sir. That is the kind of work that we are doing from our side. And once again, sir, I urge the House that we now take up this resolution, which is something that I think is a long pending demand of the people of the state. And with these few clarifications, sir, I would like to resume my seat, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, just two things.
If you can just cut
thank
short.
you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Excuse me, please. If you
Just
can just
two
cut
points.
short, maybe just 1 minute.
Just 2 points.
1 minute.
Would like to thank the Honorable CM for elaborately responding to all the submissions made. But only one demand that is based on the voice of the people that we have heard is whether we can get a categorical assurance from the government and the Chief Minister that we will also look at the proposal for summoning one more special session to demand Government of India, to urge upon Government of India to repeal CAA.
That is not part of the discussion today, sir.
Yeah.
So I think, sir, we can go ahead with this
I think let us
resolution.
close this one agenda only, which is very, very important agenda. I think we can discuss that later maybe. So now, after the discussion is over, let me put the question before the House. The question is that those who are for the government resolution say aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and the government resolution is adopted and approved. Honorable members, I also would like to join hands and support with all the honorable members from both sides of this House who have spoken extensively in support of this resolution. Irrespective of party affiliation, the House has spoken in one voice on this very important government resolution, and we stand united and committed to serve for the welfare and the interests of the people of our state.